Hello, everyone. Today we're going to read a book where we're going to learn a really good lesson, and it's a story about touch. It is entitled That Uh-Oh Feeling, a story about touch. It's written by Kathryn and it's illustrated by Qin Leng. So this says, Claire can't kick the soccer ball in a straight line no matter how hard she tries, but her coach still tells her she's his star player. When he tickles her and asks her to keep it a secret, Claire feels weird. Too much flattery and too much contact give her that uh-oh feeling. The situation is resolved happily when Claire decides not to keep the secret, seeks help from others, and communicates her feelings. So we're going to talk about if ever anyone touches you inappropriately, you should let an adult know. Okay. Claire stamped her foot. I'll never get this right. You will, said Coach Ian. Remember, new skills take practice. Claire tried again. She ran forward and kicked, but the soccer ball went sideways, not toward the goal. Almost, Ian encouraged. Keep at it, he called as he hurried to set up some pylons for the kids to dribble around. Claire frowned. Almost isn't good enough, she thought. Sean and Nadia were on her team. Maybe one of them could show her what was going wrong. Can you help me? She asked Sean. Sure, he said. And he tried, but he really wasn't much better than Claire. When Ian was finished setting up the pylons, he came back. How's it going? He asked. Not good, Claire frowned even more. Ian smiled. Let me help. He sent Sean to practice dribbling around the pylons with the other kids. Ian put the ball in front of Claire. He watched as she kicked hard, and the ball spun sideways off the end of her shoe. See, that's not where it should go, she said. Ian bent down and took Claire's foot in his hand and turned it a little. Try using the side of your foot a bit more. He stood and smiled at her. That face is too pretty to wear a frown. Let's see a smile. Claire didn't mind being called pretty, but being pretty had nothing to do with playing soccer. She was getting a weird feeling. She didn't smile. Ian patted her back as she walked toward the other kids. A few minutes later, the whistle blew and practice ended. Good workout, team, Ian said. See you next week. The kids hurried off with their parents. Claire's mom was on the other side of the field talking to someone. Claire gathered up her sweater and water bottle and sat on the grass to wait. Then Ian came and sat right beside her. If you come early next week, I'll give you more one-to-one time. And Claire, don't take soccer so seriously. It's supposed to be fun. He tickled her in the ribs. Claire squirmed and moved sideways a bit. Sorry, he said, but it's really your fault. You look so sad. You make me want to tickle you, said Ian, leaning her way. If you promise to keep it a secret, I'll tell you something. Why should it be a secret? Asked Claire. Because other kids, probably their parents too, might not like it if they find out you are my star player. There it was again, the weird feeling. Only this time it was an uh-oh feeling. Claire's mom arrived. I'm sorry I kept you waiting, sweetheart, she said. Let's go. Have you got everything? As they left, Ian called to Claire. Don't forget what I told you. Come early next time and we'll get those kicks working better. It's nice of Coach Ian to offer you extra help, Claire's mom said. I guess, said Claire, but keeping a secret about Ian's tickling didn't feel right. And why am I Ian's star player? She wondered. I can't even kick the ball in a straight line. Claire had some thinking to do. She sat on her front steps and worried until her mom called her in for dinner. By recess the next morning, she was still confused. She decided to talk with Sean and Nadia. Does Coach Ian make you guys feel kind of strange? Strange how? Asked Sean. Well, he tells me I'm pretty, and he's always touching me. Yesterday, he told me to keep it a secret. Nadia frowned. My dad says adults shouldn't ask kids to keep secrets about touch. What happened? Sean asked. Claire wasn't sure she should tell, but she took a deep breath and hoped her friends would understand. Ian touches and tickles me. He says I'm special, his favorite player, but that I shouldn't tell because people won't like it if they find out. But then he said I needed extra one-to-one help. If I'm such a star, why do I need extra help? Sean and Nadia said together. You better tell your mom, Nadia said. She thinks Ian's nice for giving me extra coaching. What if he really is just being nice? What about the secret? Asked Sean. Yeah, what about that? Nadia added. Claire didn't have an answer, but Nadia and secrets about touching weren't good. That night, Claire went to her big sister's room and told her about everything, the touching and the secret, Ian working alone with her, and how she was his favorite player. What do you think, Anna? Sounds weird to me, said Anna, taking Claire's hand. Let's talk to Mom. Will Ian be in trouble because of me? And what if the kids hate me because I'm his favorite? If Ian gets into trouble, it will be because of him, not you. And nobody's going to hate you. I promise. After telling her story for the third time, Claire was upset. She wondered if she was somehow to blame. What should I do, Mom? Claire wanted to know. You have already done it, said her mom, giving Claire a great big hug. You listen to your feelings and realize they are important. I'm glad you told me this, and I believe you. Will Ian be angry with me? Sweetheart, don't worry about Ian. No one should ever ask children to keep secrets about touching. Ian knows that. I'm so proud of you and your sister for coming to me. Claire slept well that night. The next morning was Saturday. Claire asked Sean and Nadia over to play soccer in her backyard. After a while, they stopped for a break. Hey, Claire, what happened about the secret? Asked Nadia. Did you talk to your mom? Yep, said Claire. You were right. She was glad I told her, and you'll never guess who will be coaching us next week. Who? Asked Sean. Claire's mom appeared with a tray of lemonade. Me, she laughed, but I haven't played soccer in a long time. You'll be great, Mom, said Claire. We'll give you a little practice right now. This was a very important book. If any of you ever feel uncomfortable about the way an adult or anyone is touching you, let your parents know, let an adult know if you're at school. If you have that uh-oh feeling, follow your feelings. This is a good story. Talk to your parents about it. Have an open dialogue. If you like this story, press like at the end, and I'll see you next time. Some stories are for fun, to entertain us. This was a good story, but it was to learn lessons so it could help us. All right. See you next time.